This like streak of sunlight coming through the window is driving me insane. Hello and welcome to today's video. I saw a reel recently that said being in your 30s is all about going back to the hobbies that you had at like 12 or 13 years old and doing them again without the shame and judgment. And that hobby for me, one of them anyways, was definitely reading. Now let me just preface this by saying if you're looking for somebody who is going to read like 10 to 20 books in a month, that's not me. I was gonna call this my October TBR because I would really like to do it monthly, but realistically, I know myself, I'm a very slow reader. I read as a hobby. I do currently work full time, so most of my reading is done on the weekends. So that being said, to call this an October TBR feels a little ambitious, I'm not gonna lie. I'm just so excited that fall is finally here, and October is probably my favorite month if I'm being honest, so I'm feeling really good about it. Starting with the book I'm currently reading, that is Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. This is actually the September pick for the book club that I am a part of. This book club is hosted by Madison Kate, who is one of my absolute favorite people to follow for like book related content. So at the time that this is being recorded, I'm only about like 47% through this. I don't know what is going on with me. I feel like I'm having a hard time focusing when I'm reading on my Kindle, and I've really just been craving like a physical book, but this book was available on Kindle Unlimited, so I felt like I should just read it on my Kindle instead of ordering a physical copy. But I don't know, I might end up ordering a physical copy because I'm struggling to get through it. I think another thing is like the chapters in this book are so long. They feel so long to me. I don't know if it's just me, but they're very long. Aside from all that though, I'm actually really loving this. This book is fantasy, it's a romance, it's enemies to lovers. I'm really loving that genre of book right now, so I am really enjoying this. It's just taking me a while to get through it. I guess while I'm on the topic of book clubs, I am a part of two separate ones. So there's Madison Kate's, who I've already mentioned, and I'm also a part of Caitlin B's book club as well on Patreon. So Patreon, whatever. In Madison's book club, we voted on 3 different books, and it was The Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst that won. I was hesitant on buying a physical copy because this is like a style or a genre of book that I've never really read before. I believe it's like a cozy fantasy, which sounds so fun. I'm starting to hear really great reviews about this book, so I think I'm just gonna splurge and get the hardcover later on today. And then for the Caitlin B book club, we are reading The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches by Sandhu Mandana, and I'm actually listening to this on audio right now. I love that Spotify has added audiobooks to their premium membership. It's amazing. That's what I use now to listen to audiobooks. The only thing is you only have, I think it's like 15 hours of reading time or audio time. I could be wrong. I don't know what the exact number is, but I know that I did hit my limit this month, which was very disappointing. I did go ahead and I paid extra to top up my reading minutes because it happened right as I was starting this book, and I had to continue with it. Like, I love just putting my headphones on when I'm doing things around the house and getting an extra book in, essentially. Those are the 2 books that I'm reading for my book club. And one other thing I feel like I should mention is I love going into books blind. I don't usually like knowing too much about the book before starting to read it, so if you're looking for a really in-depth synopsis of this book, probably not the place to be. But on to the physical TBR for October and probably November if I'm being realistic. The Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Lori Gilmore. I saw this at the store and I was like, this looks so cute for fall. Obviously just gonna be a very like lighthearted, cozy fall vibe. I am thinking there is like a romance element to this book as well. It was so cute. I couldn't not pick it up. I actually did start reading this last month, but the book itself takes place in October, so I decided to hold off and save it for October. So I'm excited to get into this one. I think it's gonna be like a really good palette cleanser for when I'm done with Quicksilver, because I've been reading a lot of fantasy lately because I did read Powerless and Powerful by Lauren Roberts last month, as well as just jumping straight into Quicksilver after that. So I'm excited for some cutesy little books as well. Next on my TBR is The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I have read The 7 Year Slip by her and I really loved it, so I'm excited to get into this one. And I feel like it was described on Goodreads as like a paranormal romance, which I have no idea what that even means or how it even works, but really excited for another Ashley Poston read. Next I have Bride by Ali Hazelwood, and this will actually be my first Ali Hazelwood book, which I don't know if this is a good place to start or not, but when I saw that she released this one last year, I knew immediately that I wanted to read it in the fall. Again, on the back, this one does classify it as paranormal romance. One of the reviews on the back says it's like a take on a paranormal Romeo and Juliet, so that should be really interesting. And I don't know, there's just something about this book that I was super intrigued by, so I can't wait to get into this one. This last book was was more of a hopeful because I know I'm already at a total of 5 books and I've never read 5 books in 1 month before. So like I said, this feels extremely ambitious to me. But I did mention I read Powerless and Powerful by Lauren Roberts last month. So I would really like to get into Reckless by Lauren Roberts. This is technically the second book in the series. Powerful was more of a little side story and a novella of a side character. I'm excited to get back into this world with Peyton and Kai and see what book 2 has in store. I've heard a lot of mixed reviews about this one, so I'm hoping to get through this. If not in October, then hopefully by the end of November. I've been doing the majority of my reading on my Kindle over the past few years, but I've just really been craving like physical books again. So these are kind of the first few that I've started collecting, which is exciting. I also just added these stickers to the back of my Kindle this morning. Just feels like the cutest thing ever and I'm so obsessed with it. I actually found these stickers at Walmart of all places. I was really shocked when I came across them. If you have like a favorite spot to buy book related merch, please let me know because I really want to start supporting these smaller businesses, whether it be stickers or bookmarks or even t-shirts and sweaters. Like please leave any recommendations down below because I would love to check them out. I'm gonna keep this short and sweet. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know down below what you're reading this month or this fall. I would absolutely love to know. There are so many other books I'm seeing now that I want to add to my own TBR and I'm just like, there's not enough time in the day. But anyways, thank you so much for clicking on this video and watching. I really hope you stick around by subscribing and I will see you in my next video.